Joan had mentioned dress to me, Derek. I feel quite overdressed in the dark. I could have got all my summer wear out. And you stole my text. The joy of the Lord is my strength. And it was certainly one of Joan's favourites. And it's a wonderful, wonderful text, that, isn't it? And there's a note in my Bible, which I wrote down here, in case I couldn't remember it all. It says, about the cross, it says, it's a quiet and confident assurance of God's love and work in our lives, that He will be there no matter what. And Joan had that lovely assurance. And joy was something that just, as Derek has already said, just flowed out from Joan. And so I just thought about this word joy, J-O-Y, and you know, perhaps it's not something we say often now, but we used to talk about the letters in joy. J, Jesus first, O, others in between, Y, yourself last. And that is a perfect picture of Joan's life. That's exactly where she was, because Jesus was always first in her life. I mean, He was her life. She said to me on a couple of occasions, she said, you know, I fell in love with Jesus on the day I got saved. And she said it's never ever changed. In fact, not too long ago, she said, in fact, she said, you know, I do believe I love Him more than now than on the day I got saved. And that was how she felt about her Lord. He was just her life. And there have been some difficult times for Joan, as a lot of us will know over recent years. Always was that lovely, firm assurance of God's presence in her life and the joy that just flowed out from her. And to so many people saw that joy, and it touched other people's lives. And then others in between. And of course, the others, Derek's already mentioned about Joan's work in the road where she lived. Cooking, decorating, just being with people, and of course being a lovely expression of the love of God to the people that she met. And she was just that. She was an expression of the love of God to all sorts of different people. And so serving people was uppermost in her mind, because when she was serving people, for Joan, she was serving her Lord. And as Derek has already said, it was very difficult to thank her for anything. And I had a similar sort of conversation with Derek. I said, when you used to help those people out in Kingston Avenue, Joan, I said, I bet it was a real chore for you, wasn't it? It was an absolute bore. Of course it wasn't, she said. It was a blessing, I enjoyed it. I said, good. And I said, well, that's how us who are trying to help you now, that's how we want a part of that blessing and that joy too. But as Derek said, Joan, it didn't make any difference. Joan still felt exactly the same. And if you thanked her for anything, don't thank me, she said. Thank Jesus. He's the one who's brought me to where I am. And yourself last. And one of her favourite phrases I remember was, don't worry about me, dear. I'll be all right. And that was it. Whatever you wanted to do, if you wanted to do something, no, don't worry, she said, don't worry about me, dear. I should be all right. And that was Joan. Jesus first, always first in her life. And other people second, and herself definitely last. And don't try and don't thank me for anything. And I've heard a number of people suddenly say, oh, thank you for doing that, Joan. And immediately, even if they weren't believers, they still got the same answer. Don't thank me, thank Jesus, dear. And so that was, I think that joy is a lovely picture, just where Joan is in life. And she was a really, as Derek said, a very special lady. And I feel I was really privileged just to be a friend of hers. And it was always the very best for everybody from Joan. And when I used to go and visit her in Kingston Avenue, and she was still at home, and I'd ring her up and say, "Do I have to come on such and such a day, Joan? Now, don't forget, all I want is a cup of tea." "Yes, all right, dear, leave it with me." Well, of course, I'd get round there, there'd be a plate with sandwiches, cakes, chocolate rolls, and nothing. So, "Joan, I've got a meal to go home to," but it didn't make any good. "Oh, it's just a little bit," she said. "And so you'd eat a small part of it, and that won't be enough for Joan. Surely you could, if you can't eat the rest, we'll wrap it up and take it away." But Joan was never happier unless she was doing things for people. So she really was a very, very special person. And I'm really grateful for what the Lord's done in our lives this morning. So it's not goodbye, Joan, nothing positive like that. It's cheerio, Joan, and we will meet her again later, which is a lovely thought, isn't it? And I shall ask her about the clothing, Derek. How it is you've got special instructions.
Thank you.